Hey guys, this is Matt. We're back. We're going to use some of our Urza's packs that we won in our cube draft in order to draft Urza block. No one's using that 8-4, unfortunately, so I guess we're stuck with Swiss. I don't like drafting Swiss, and I'll tell you why. There's two reasons. One is the time issue. You're guaranteed to have to sit there the whole time, which is annoying. You know, I know that's assuming you're going to lose, but I mean, there's 8 players in each tournament. Odds of you winning are 1 in 8. Not assuming any particular advantage of you over other people, which I think is a fair way to go. Anybody who's willing to spend enough time and money to play on Magic Online is probably a pretty good player. So, number one. Number two, that said, people who play Swiss are more concerned with, oh, well, I want to make sure I get my value out of the draft. So they're not as in it to win it, so to speak. So you tend to get people who have no idea what they're doing and screw up your draft by not being able to read signals and so forth. So I feel like when you play in an 8-4 or another single elimination tournament, you draft better decks because you're playing against people who are better drafters. That said, I've never drafted Urza's block before. The set was not designed with drafting in mind, I'm certain of that. And I have no idea what I'm doing. There's not very much out there. I tried to look up draft strategies. Most of what I found is that a lot of people say black is the best color, so we'll keep that in mind. But black also tends to be overdrafted, so we'll keep that in mind too. Knowing what I know about Urza's block, blue is a really deep color. Now, people have argued against this, but I think that's false. I think gumming up the ground and winning with flyers is always a decent strategy in limited. So that's going to be my default strategy. Um, Also, full disclosure, I'm going to shamelessly rare draft. I'm not even going to make any compunction about it, to the point where I have lists here. I have lists of some of the cards that have high ticket value. We're going to hope that we open some of these, and we're going to read these as we're playing because some of them are cards you wouldn't expect to be valuable. And we're going to just rape value if possible. If we get lucky, we might not open anything good. We'll see. Um, but full disclosure, shameless rare drafting will occur. Okay, this has been sitting at 6 for a while. Is the 8-4 filling up? People have moved over there a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's filling up any faster than this is. Okay, so I'm going to put this on pause, and I'll come back when our match starts. Okay, so while we were waiting for the Swiss draft to fire, the 8-4 filled up. So we took that. We jumped into that one instead. What's our reader here? 4. The number of cards in your hand minus the number of cards in that hand. In red, we were going to have more cards than their opponent. No. God, I'm going to have to read a lot of these because I don't know this format that well, full disclosure. The embraces are pretty sick. Wow, that's a pretty sick card. That's pretty good too. I'm going to reserve that while I look at the other things here. Meridian. Yeah, I said I kind of wanted to be in blue. Winding Worm. Priest of Titania is really good. Strategy, but I'd be passing Winding Worm and a Meridian, so that makes me should theoretically go as pretty. The Dogs is one of the better finisher, but this is a ridiculous card, so I like that. Wow, everybody's that's pretty cool. Servitude, yeah, that's good. That's we can't really pass two of those. We pass a bunch of green cards. Should we take a blue card or a white card? Royal is pretty good. Um, just go blue white flyers. That's always a decent plan. We could try to go deep here and go with the servitude. There are some like cards like Windfall that let you dump your hand to get stuff into the graveyard. Card into the graveyard. Wow, that's a pretty good card. Codex. It's a big draw spell. Late game draw spell good in a control shell. Um, Goblin could. I could see doing a Goblin deck in this format. That would be pretty decent. Power Team. LOL. No. Black card's not too good here. I'm gonna take the Codex. I know it's pretty expensive and slow, but card draw blue black or control colors. Um, second, which is pretty good. Ritual. Exhaustion's not great. God, hate cards used to be really mean. I'm gonna take Sicken here. It's a removal spell. It also cycles. It's an all-around good card in a controller's deck. Rumbling Crescendo. Catalog and Zoom. Yeah, I kind of want to take the Zoom here. Maybe Catalog or Zoom or Remote Isle. There's a lot of cards for this wheel. This could be good in a reanimation strategy. I kind of think it's possible to pull that off. And here's a dude that would be good to reanimate, right? Um, 2/2 Fear. It's kind of like Hypnotic Spectre, but a little bit worse. Seems good. Or Gothic Help. Wow. So passing somebody is a ridiculous screen deck. Cool. Thank you. That's pretty cool. Um, if we control another non-land permanent, so that's a decent finisher as a 4/4 for 4. This guy's pretty decent too. Shreeds are always reasonable. They kind of sink a lot of mana though. I think the white might come back around because it's a bit odd, but it's not huge for the cost. I'm gonna take that. Are we getting cut out of blue here? No, no, there's some blue cards here. That doesn't do anything. Curfew is pretty sick. Veiled Serpent. Cast a spell. It becomes a 4/4 island home. This is good. That is kind of like an instant or a trip or a blowout. I'm gonna take the Serpent. Okay. Pretty easy polluted mire here. Okay, I'll play me a Coral Morpho here because I already have a plan. Black, blue black control is a reasonable plan. It's not a terrible plan, so I'm okay with that. Looking down at my cheat sheet here for our rare drafting, just to be prepared for pack 2. Okay, so maybe I should take a little longer here. order to keep us from having to have all this air on their cast, right? I'm always tempted to change my avatar. I've had the Grizzle brand one for like forever. When you're in the draft, it just shows up as the, uh, I haven't found anything really better yet. So a lot of them are a little cheesy looking. They're not as I'll take it off color. It's like vintage masters became familiar with ones that cycle for one colored instead of two colors. Dark Ritual came back around. I'll play another one of these. Do I want one fire or one cycler? There's there's a world where I board those in, like if I'm playing against goblins or something. The green honestly seems fairly strong. So like the catalog and the windfall kind of effects there. So my reanimation isn't looking as good as I'd like it to. Two target, that's pretty nice. Um, um, crap with my first pick. I'm gonna take the Shredder. Oh, it's a flyer. Another one of these. Ooh, Unearth. Love Unearth. Lurking Scourge. That's pretty good. Sure is better, I think. Got a lot of black cards here, so that's nice. Don't have that many blue cards. Um, not sure if a little more there. Unearth is just, you know, cast the Bone Shredder, let it go to the graveyard, unearth it, kill something else. It's always good. And there's one. Yeah, this calculation can be good. What's this? Oh, creatures. No, oh, it's dumb. This is dumb. That's dumb. uh, Unearth is really good in our deck. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just take it, snap it off here. Do you need more creatures? Oh, yeah. Triggers and lots of ways to get them back. And they also both are white because we can let them die. Or we can embrace them. I'm not too disappointed with this deck so far. Is he on this? Codex at this point? Ooh, Grid is on my list. That's a few tickets. Is there anything that will swap? Riddlings is a pretty good card. Had some really nice blue spells here. I'm going to shamelessly very draft a defense card. Rankin File seems like a decent card. This is at a time. strictly better, but this is a common. Um, Other seed fairies. Um, the flyer, protection. This is good to remember. I'm sure there's it's like reverse painter servant. I guess I'll take this. This is late for that's a powerful card for this era. Tiger could be like a 2-for-1 or so. So I'm gonna take that. Pretty heavy. All right, Cloud of Fairies. This is for Power decks. Um, not, not that. Okay. We kind of have a deck. Great. All right, another repopulate. Got this one back. We're drafting pretty serious. Not really drafting, but that's great. That's already um, a bit of value. I'm happy with that. Sand Scout, I love those guys. They brought these back in Fate Reforged. There's this mechanic, but they're calling it Dash, and the creature is bimodal, like you can dash it or cast it. Okay, we have a it's got Echo, not too good. Ravenous Wrath is great though. I doubt this is worth anything, but that would take the rare. It's between this and Ravenous Rats. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll have this at Ravenous Rats. Iridescent Drake. It's not a May, so that could be good. I think in general this is better. That has more upside. There might be a way to use this. We have a couple sacrifice guys. Yeah, I can play it. If I find that, I can play it. Trevor, that could be cool. What is this? We only have 11 creatures. I'm gonna take that. one more. One more playable. But that's okay. We do have another draft set worth of these cards. Assuming we don't win anymore, which is a pretty safe assumption. Working Jackals. That's pretty cool. That seems like a fun. This is high variance. I'm gonna take the rats. Like Cloud of Fairies into Ravenous Rats seems like really good to me. Oh, there's just another one. Um, yeah, another flyer. Not the best, but I'm not sure I'm gonna want to play that. I think it's too slow. We've got a lot of 4 drops already. Like TBH. Okay, that's sort of another removal spell. I'm probably not gonna play it given how many I have already. I guess we have Dark Ritual, so we could play one less land, but maybe that's not a good idea. That seems like another flyer. What does this one do? Sack to draw a card. There's a pauper deck I want this for, so I'm gonna take that. um, Bubbling Muck is a sick card. It's like High Tide but black. Sure, I'm gonna play it. I don't think it's enough upside to play it over a creature or something else. If we wanted to go more control-y, these would be decent, but I'm not. Oh, that's a pretty cool card. Never saw that before. Um, Powered creatures with huge drawbacks. Undercosted creatures with big drawbacks. I'm not terribly thrilled with it. I'm not terribly upset with it either. I think it'll be decent. I mean, um, when you try to draft in general, the theory is called bread play. Right? Things that'll win the game on their own. Don't technically have any of those, but that's okay. Um, R is right. We have a bunch of ritual spells, so that's good. Don't really care about any of these cards. Um, for removal, you want to take creatures, so creatures are flying or unlockable or fear, which means take a lot of. We have a lot of already in our bread here. Sure. And then you want is aggressive, so things like and D is your drinks. That's like your bottom of the barrel sub, your filler. You don't want to pick unless you have to. Like our deck, we're pretty, we're a little lucky. That's good because I was so focused about coloring. I did see a lot of black cards. A couple set of these magnifies that I wanted. Um, really nice. Uh, 17 lands, pretty reasonable curve, pretty even, nothing more than 4, which is nice. And, a lot of value, just a lot of value. Like we can cycle that if we need to. We can get something back with Unearth. We can Ravenous Rats, let it die, and then unearth it. We can downstream sack it, unearth, um, and then we can kill something. We can exhume back some one of our enters the battlefield, things like Cheddar or Ravenous Rats. Um, we're protected against removal. That guy, when this thing dies, if it dies, we can bring it back and keep drawing cards that way. And we have as ways to end the game. So I think